Alright everyone, here we are again at the JROCK Onsen, episode 6, if I'm not wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not. But let's go right into it with our top stories, and I'll start this off with our Acme interview. So obviously we interviewed Acme, and we got an exclusive on this one, so definitely go check that one out if you want to hear a little bit more about their new album out August 8th, Seisho Oka, and the band themselves, their inspirations, and some of their collaborations, just to, get to know them a little bit more. And that is an album, right, Sis? Or is it a single?
Album, yeah.
Okay, good. Just making sure it's an album and not a single. But with that one, we'll jump into our next big story of the month, which will be NBT. What do you got for us?
Yes, so X-Japan, or Yoshiki, has collaborated in creating this theme song called Red Swan, and it is for the anime called Shingeki no Kyojin, or also known as Attack on Titan. So in the past, the band Linked Horizon was the one to hold the throne of the staple songs that Shingeki no Kyojin had to offer, but apparently now Yoshiki and Hyde is taking over for the third season. And we can actually hear the song right now, and it's up on YouTube probably, and also Yoshiki's official Twitter. So he teased it there for the first time. Compared to the other songs that we got from Shingeki no Kyojin, this one is a lot more mellow and atmospheric, almost. So I want to hear from you guys what you think of it.
Well, compared to the previous three that got the trademark epic sound that you usually associate with Shingeki no Kyojin openings, the Red Swan one, when I first heard it, couldn't shake the impression that it sounds more like an ending theme, because it's so balladic and atmospheric, but it doesn't really get you hyped for the series.
Yeah, that's true.
The previous ones did, but from what I've seen, it's really a polarizing track. It's hard to nail down a single opinion from people.
I'm with you on that one. I don't think it's collectively everyone likes it or everyone dislikes it. I think there's people on either side of the fence, and I also agree it definitely sounds a lot more like an ending theme because of how melancholic it is, which I think you touched on NBT, but
yeah, I thought it was... yes, this. Maybe you want to give your opinion on it first.
It's literally... I normally like really high energy openings, and that is completely the opposite, obviously. So it is... Yeah, I agree. It's definitely an ending song. It's just a bit... I feel like it's a bit out of place. A bit weird, so yeah.
I have a similar opinion to you guys. When you watch an anime, usually the first song, the opening theme song, is a song that will hype you up to watch the anime, and then the ending song is usually something that helps kind of round out the show, and it's usually more mellow. So yeah, was it surprising though that we got this from Yoshiki?
I'm not sure, because while Yoshiki is known for his ballads and stuff that he did with the orchestral arrangements and his orchestral compositions, X-Japan is still a metal band, and Yoshiki used to compose for them, right? Since if you compare the sound that some of the Linked Horizons openings have with the wailing guitars, that kind of reminds me of certain metal bands. X-Japan could totally nail that. It's just Yoshiki chose not to do that. So
yeah.
could have been epic. It's not exactly epic. It's not a bad song. It's just, I feel like it's not a good Shingeki no Kyojin opening, if you get what I'm trying to say.
Shingeki no Kyojin and Attack on Titan is such a brand name now. It's a name. When you hear it, you'll be like, oh, that anime with the giants running about. And I feel like Linked Horizon kind of solidified it, because everybody in that song. And from that point onwards, like I haven't heard like any other. Maybe there's one or two openings that stood out, but so I don't feel like they really needed to like have such big names involved in this. You know, that's it really.
I can agree with that. That really Linked Horizon with Gura no Yumiya really cemented the Shingeki no Kyojin vibe. But on that note, I mean, definitely go out there and listen to it. Check out our article on it, and interact with other people, see what they think about it. Don't think that just because we say it's slow and not fitting, in our opinion, means that it actually isn't. Up to speak with their big story of the month is Nexus with the topic of Morrigan.
Yeah, so this month Morrigan released like official pictures for their last look, because as many of our readers probably know, they will be breaking up at the end of September, on September 28th, I think is their last live. What's notable about this look is that I wanted to point out that since they are dressed in formal wear, it kind of looks like they're dressed up for a day or funeral in a way. It's also interesting that even though since they lost PT January, they have only had Nihit as a support member, but he's also listed in the look as a member, even though you usually don't really do official look for support members. This look goes with a release that will be coming out in September that is called XIS, or however you pronounce that. It's a kiss with X, which is somewhat of a trademark Morrigan thing. They have been doing this thing a lot. It's a CD which is unfortunately live limited and comes out on September 2nd. Doesn't even really include all that many new songs. It's gonna have 7 tracks, out of which 6 are old ones and 1 is new. And the catch, I guess, is that it's their old songs re-recorded with their new quotation mark guitarist. It's really all I have to say. Go check it out, I guess.
I guess.
Okay,
Well, it's
I guess maybe go check it out.
like go check this shit out.
Do it now.
Do it. Go do it.
Do it. Do it now.
Do it before Morrigan breaks up. You're running out of time. Like, do it now.
But yeah, it's quite sad to see that Morrigan is gonna disband, because they were quite prominent in the European scene and even had a European tour.
Yeah, it's I've been noticing this trend for the past few years, and that's sometimes, quite often, this happens that a band that really wants to do a European tour, at last they do it, and then they fucking break up.
You know, that happened with Uplift Spice as well. So
it happened with so many people, dude. Like
shit. Oh, with Riol as well. She went to London and then she disbanded.
Yes. Like with Born and Likaon, they went to Europe in 2014 and both of the bands break up.
Yeah, and Eat You Alive as well. The old band from like the early 20s, 2000.
Europe fucking kills bands, dude.
That never happens when they come to the US.
Shut up.
Nobody comes to the US.
No, it doesn't. Don't lie to me, Sid.
Listen, Avanchik and Datura, Tokyo and Tulsa are both Avanchik disbanded. And
listen to yourself, Tulsa. Nobody lives there. I told you this when that
like,
tour happened.
Datura didn't even manage to play in the US before they actually announced that they were going to break up. You kill them before they come, not after.
It doesn't count as the US if it's the middle of nowhere. Let me put it
sorry,
that way.
I don't know what the US looks like in like, so I can't say that.
I mean, I don't know if there's any cities in Europe that like don't exist, but there's plenty in the US, and Tulsa's one of them.
So it doesn't exist. Okay, then. So that clarifies my point.
In Europe, there's entire countries that don't count as really existing.
That'd be like if they announced a Russia tour and only hung out on like the furthest northern tip, and we're like, yeah, come see us.
Probably.
But they can brag about it. I mean, like
exactly
we toured US. They can say it like in the future. Yeah. When they tell their grandkids, like, you know, in my days I toured US.
I went to America. I saw a gun.
Yeah.
Oh god. You know, there's actually a couple a couple Japanese artists that are. It's literally a couple. I think it's one or two that are quite surprisingly fond of touring Ukraine. Out of all places.
No, why? Because I know
I
bands
don't know.
that canceled did their concerts in Ukraine because of the how fucked up it is right now.
I think it's Sana is his name. He used to tour with Sasuke.
That rings a
He
name.
just really freaking likes Ukraine. I would speculate that maybe he knows somebody in the Ukraine. Secret wife. Just really likes Ukraine of all places. In the
Okay.
middle of fucking nowhere.
Speaking of secret wives in Ukraine,
Yes.
definitely go check out Morrigan's story. But let's move on to Sis with DADAROMA. What do you got with us for your big topic of the month?
Right. So DADAROMA released their single Boko Android on July 18th, simultaneously with their first live DVD of their performance at Tokyo Kinema Club on March 21st. It's named after their mini album This Is Live. But personally, unfortunately, Boko Android, I've listened to the single as well, and it did not click with me, and I'm not quite sure it ever will. As a song, it's what I expect from the band, but as a single, it's weak. To give context, the song Zoka to Kalashnikov is probably my least favorite sides on that single, or definitely its redeeming factor. It's exactly the opposite of Boku wa Android. However, now the bummer is that this will be their last set of releases and tour dates, as the band have announced that they will be going on hiatus after the tour final at Shibuya O West on August 28th. This decision has come as drummer Yoshiki will leave the band due to an illness that unfortunately makes him unable to drum anymore. So yeah,
I actually
Has it
liked
been-
the
has it been-
single. I had to listen to it like a few times actually, and I personally think that this was like a turning point from their sound in the middle, which I didn't like, and it brings back like some of the vibes that I got from DADAROMA when this first started.
Oh, really? It brings back some first started vibes, because I was gonna add in that, like, I haven't listened to them in forever. I got really burnt out on them. They started just putting stuff out super fast. Kind of reminded
It wasn't
me of
really all that
Imagine-
good.
Yeah, it was just like there was thing after thing after thing. And I was like, how about you guys take some time and really
Like-
pour your hearts out into something? But it just
Maybe
felt like
make
was
it like
just-
good.
Well, it's
yeah,
it's
it
more
just
like
felt
a
mediocre, and a lot of trying to mimic things they had done in the past. Like Saishu Densha, I still think is one of their better songs, and then Pornograph was like, oh, remember how we used nudity, guys?
Yeah, but I think
Pornograph
it's-
is
but it-
really not very good.
it's a more mature sound right now. So it's not like the exact same DADAROMA sound that you found when they first started, but I think it's a more mature version of that.
Okay, that's
No
good to know.
nudity,
I'll
though.
probably- I'll
So not
probably
mature in that
actually
way.
Give it a look this time.
Yeah.
Like no nudity, no masturbation. What are we even here for, dude?
what is used in the music? So I mean, their music videos may be different, but their sexual themes are always like not similar, but they've always had like sex, masturbation, the kinky sex.
Yeah.
It's,
Was it one of their first songs, Sex? Just that was the title?
Yeah, well,
no,
of the
what was it?
album of Dadaism 1 was I don't know what fourth or third song is Sex. Yeah, so the general theme or themes sometimes revolve around sex, and in general, Android obviously wasn't about sex, but obviously with Yusuke leaving, they're gonna probably have to find another drummer. So all we can say is we wish him all the best on behalf of JROCK News, and yeah, we can see more for DADAROMA maybe in the next few months.
Yeah, I mean, it always sucks when there's an injury or illness or something, especially if it's career ending like this. I mean, I did say they were just pumping stuff out, but I mean, for the love of the game, they were doing what they wanted to do, and now they can't do it the way they love to do it. So, best wishes to him, best of luck. But on that somber note, let's try and pick things up with a bit of a little quick bits is what I have it here. I feel like we're gonna get sued for calling it quick bits. Honestly, I know so many different like YouTube channels and everything that's like, oh, time for quick bits, tech linked with Linus. But
Yeah, I watched that show.
yeah. So let's go into our quick bits, which is where we'll just give you like a headline, a little bit of details, whatever. So I'm gonna kick it off with mentioning Bratz. They just dropped their first album. I think it's their first. They dropped an album. We got a little review of that one on our website, so definitely go check that one out and give it a listen. Bratz is really good. They're formed from one of the old Lady Baby members. And also, just like a kind of little thing, this month already I've seen Toriko and the Pillows live here in California, and I saw them. You should see them if they're ever around you. Definitely go do it. But on that one, I'm going to go on ahead and throw it over to Nexus. What do you got for us?
I only got one quick bit. This month, in July, Kamijo did an exclusive CD Japan live stream on YouTube, and was super cute, and it's gonna be posted on the CD Japan's YouTube channel with English subtitles. If you don't speak Japanese, it's perfect for you, so you can check that out. It's really worth it. Super great. That's really all quick news I have, so I'm gonna move it along. Whoever wants it.
Go ahead,
MBD, what's your news?
Yeah, I also only have one quick bit this time, but it's a band that I kind of got into again, and it's Razer with their ballad Akaku Chirabaru Hana. Don't judge my pronunciation. Anyways,
already did.
It's a ballad, but it's a pretty like speedy ballad, so it's quite it's quite like energetic, even though it's a ballad, and I really like the vibes that I'm getting from this one.
All right, Sis, what do you got for us?
Kizu will release their fourth single, Steroid, on July 31st, and I fucking urge you to listen to Buta because it is ridiculously fucking cool, and so is the video. I'm just blown away by this band. They keep going from strength to strength, and I'm looking forward to what they produce in the future. Definitely.
Okay, I think I'll be checking that one out for sure with all that praise you gave them. But on that note, we'll move into our final segment, which is where we touch on social media. We look at some questions we put out there for you guys, and we give back some of your answers. And I'll start off. So the question this month, or the social post, was what JROCK song are you tired of? And I actually picked this question for a specific reason. Where I work, I have a company truck that I drive, and of course I can't drive anywhere without listening to my JROCK, so I have a flash drive in that car that has just a little portion of my library on it. I'll change it from time to time, but the song I'm tired of is Howling by Abingdon Boys School, and the reason for that is that truck, when it's on shuffle and playing from the flash drive, always, without fail, when you turn the car on, the next song to come on will be Howling. And there's no changing that. It will always happen. You can be listening to Howling, turn off the truck, turn back on the truck, Howling will keep playing, and the next song will be Howling. It doesn't matter where you were in the library, the next song is always Howling. So I'm tired of Howling. But what I did notice from reading a lot of the other responses was that it wasn't necessarily a specific song that people were saying they were tired of, but more that they were specifically tired of One OK Rock, which I thought a lot of people don't like the direction they're heading in, which is pretty interesting because of how they've been exploding recently and so popular. But it's like they're leaving this core niche that we are as JROCK fans and expanding globally to a bit of everyone, and we don't like what everyone likes.
Well, so nice. They've been gaining more fans, but it's outside the JROCK community. So
yeah, we don't.
But
like
Nexus, do you got anything?
Yeah, just wanted to mention that if we are talking about artists that everybody's tired of, probably
Capicho.
no. Okay, NBT is probably tired of me talking about Kamijo because I talk about Kamijo all the time. But I gotta
You
admit
talk
that
about Mana all the time. Are you kidding me?
I mean,
And he doesn't even do music anymore.
I might be a little tired of Miyave. Don't like. It's good for him that he's doing well, and like, I can't really talk about his music because I don't listen to it. But he's been kind of everywhere recently, and it's like, please give me something else.
Yeah, he's like a real rock star right now. I mean, he's even in Hollywood movies. So shit.
Yeah.
Man.
But if I am to pick a song, specific one that I'm super extremely tired of, that's gonna be the Gazette Filled in the Beauty because like it's so many years.
It's a classic
over.
though. It's a classic.
Yeah,
It's been done to death. Please do something else. It's
I
not
promise
even
you,
the
that
greatest.
song got at least 1 million people to get into JROCK. At least.
definitely.
I could even say the same about Dylan Gray's Obscure, but Filled in the Beauty is worse.
Well, that's true.
Being-
That's true.
You know, there are classics that will just stay forever. Philip and the Beauty is one of them. Obscure is one of them.
Like every live. Like I've never been to a Gazette concert where they didn't play Field in the Beauty, and it's even like it's so like the song has got these weird English lyrics that Rookie kind of just makes up on the spot. which is-
Police, rescue me.
Yeah, that.
Sorry?
Yeah, no.
Nicholas driving cucumber. That's what he says.
Oh, yeah. They misheard lyrics.
Yeah, it's enough Filled in the
Andre
Beauty.
has some very good misheard lyrics. Like I fuck, it's an owl is one of them. That was
I remember that when I was starting with JROCK, I was into misheard lyrics a lot, and there were some super good ones for Gagged. And for one of these songs, there was the line "Beware of the walking letters," and I have been laughing at that for years.
I don't know. That was quite like
pretty
an early stage thing that happened on YouTube, but I don't see that much anymore.
Yeah, I don't think it's
It's-
around anymore.
actually,
I think
it's-
people get more insulted by it now.
It happens.
So salty.
It still happens a lot in K-pop, just not in JROCK.
Well,
There's a lot
K-pop's
of
starting
K-pop
to grow
misheard
right
lyrics.
now, but then we see the same trend basically because now K-pop is starting to get bigger, and in the early stage they get these like misheard lyrics, and it's probably just gonna fade away in the end.
And
Yeah,
then K-pop's
so-
finally gonna die, please. Soon.
As the mole men who discovered it start to be overpowered by the SJWs, people start getting more offended.
What's SJW?
You
What?
don't know
You
what's
don't know what a social
SJWs?
justice warrior is?
Keyboard warrior. That's a
yeah,
keyboard
White
warrior.
Knight.
Yeah, White Knight.
It's an image of a guy at a computer, and he's dressed as a white knight, and he's got a tally marks on his wall, and it says "Maidens I have saved with my keyboard." And it's got like a bunch of tally marks, and then on the other side of the wall it says "Maidens who have rewarded me with intercourse." No tally marks. But yeah, I was looking through the comments again, and there was one that stood out to me, and it was David Bailey said that "Divinity" by Revels is the one he's tired of, and he said it's not because he dislikes it, he just hates the fact that they broke up.
Aww.
And I kind of get what he's saying with this, where like there's bands that aren't around anymore, and you wish there was more of them, but you only have what you have, and it sucks in its own way. Like it's great to have it, but it sucks. Like for me, I'd say one of the big ones for that is Zodiac. Like I have what I have of them, but I'll never have
You
anything
bring up
else.
Zodiac? It's like super
Zodiac
old
is
school.
So good. They were one of my favorites, and they had like the coolest freaking theme going on with their whole galaxy metal and all that shenanigans. And then
Well, I can agree with that, but it's like, did you get obsessed with that band because they didn't release much?
yeah, dude.
Did
I even bought a physical copy of which one is it that I have here? Let me pull it out of the shelf. It's
What?
yeah. It was their last release. Fuck, it's all in kanji. But yeah, there it is. Ah, man, I wish I could remember the name right now. It was Shinra Bansho? Was that it? I know that's one of the
That's
tracks
me.
on it.
Well,
But yeah,
whatever
I
it
have
is.
that one physical with like the bonus DVD and everything.
Yeah, whatever it was, I mean,
Came
they
out in
didn't release much.
2009, man, that's nuts.
Wait, what? I thought they disbanded earlier.
Yeah, no, it was 2000.
No?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, from the comments that I saw there, I pointed out Pegasus Fantasy. To be honest, I've only heard a cover song by Sadie that made a cover of this one, so I haven't heard the actual original song. But the original song is made by a metal band called Makeup. You know the anime. What's it called?
Sure don't know it if you don't tell us what it's called.
Oh, no, Senseiya.
Nope.
Senseiya, it's a big anime, dude. They even got their like Netflix exclusive that's coming up.
Yeah, Saint Seiya is a big deal. It's been around for.
It's an anime from the 80s, so.
Okay.
Yeah, watching it in Spanish, really. And I don't know.
What?
So-
Can you speak Spanish? You can't, right?
Muy caliente.
No, I can't. That's great. Well, actually, what about you, Sis? Any songs you're tired of?
I actually have a song I'm tired of. Or no, I always listen to like an album, or I have my iPod on shuffle. It just plays the songs that I like, you know. So I specifically have playlists that for times where I just love a particular single, particular song. So I don't really get tired of things. I think an old example was that I got tired of Ling Toste Shigure. Abnormal Lies. I was listening for however long, and then I just dropped off them completely. And it's only recently I've like re-listened to that song through the anime Psycho Pass, and I was like, oh shit, this song's really fucking great, you know. So I've fallen back in love with it, but for a long time I was just like, I can't bother with it. I just don't want to listen to it, so I would skip it.
I don't know if I feel like it should be a shame that most of Ling Tosite Sigure's songs that are like really, really good are actually anime songs.
How is that a shame? There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I mean like, what if
There
they
is
didn't
great
do?
shame in being a weeb.
Yeah, I mean like, what if they didn't do this song for this anime? Would they still produce this kind of songs, or are they only going in this direction because of the anime?
This makes me think of the age-old debate that I have with the Kanojo, which is the song made for the anime, or is the song made and it happens to fit the anime?
I think they
it's
usually have lyrics that connects to the anime at least.
A lot of times it does, but then other times, like, the song is its own song. It's not meant for the anime. If you really look.
Like if I try to think about it,
One out for you. Look at Child Prey by Diron Gray, used for Baki the Grappler.
or Shiver by the Gazette for Kuroshitsuji. Like Shiver is kind of its own thing. It just happens to be a Kuroshitsuji opening.
Yeah, it could just be the tone, but it's not always the lyrics. So I don't know if you can say that the anime is responsible for how good the song is. The song is just good, and it happens to also fit the tone of the anime.
I don't know,
Like-
because they actually made more than one anime song, so it wasn't just like a one-off that happened to be.
Yeah, same with Asian Kung Fu Generation, and a lot of their songs are really good, and a lot of them are associated with anime, but they're not necessarily about or really for.
Wait, can you fact check that and actually make sure that's correct?
I cannot fact check it.
Then you shut up, bitch.
Ling Toste didn't start making anime openings until Psycho Pass, so it was really late. It was late on in their career until then. So that's it. And then they've done it, and then TK's done it with his own solo project. I think a good example was so obviously Death Note, and you have Nightmare and Maximum the Hormone, and those two bands, I mean, they're not with that ending song and Nightmare with the World. They're kind of completely
That
like
ending
opposite,
song?
you know?
You mean which ending song?
For on Hormone. What is
I
it?
think it's called "What's Up, People" or something like that.
What's Up, People was the opening.
Yeah,
Tetsubo
that's
Billy
opening.
was the ending.
Oh,
for
shit,
Death
okay.
Note.
Yeah. So
And then
I don't know what order it went in, but the reason why is because Nightmare was on VAP or VAP record, and so was Maximum the Hormone, and that anime was produced by VAP as well. So, you know, how do you is that song produced for the anime, or did they coincidentally were gonna release a single near the time?
I got a serious question. Does it matter?
Yes, it matters.
Why?
Because I see the same pattern with like Amazarashi. Usually they're like more catchy and more, I don't know, more the songs that are actually greater usually comes from the songs that are made for anime, and I see this trend.
Okay.
All right, on that note, everyone, we're going to go on ahead and close up the JROCK Onsen for today. So thank you for joining us. As always, I've been your host, Mazo, with co-host Nexus, co-host Sis, and special guest NBT. All right, everyone, we'll see you next time.